Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another couch video. Relationships in the real world. And we really got to talk about this because if someone was to just pay attention to what's being said online, well, one, you would think the only men getting laid or getting in relationships are like 6'2" guys with perfect jawlines and six figures. Seriously, that's coming from the men and the women. Or you think the only women who getting play out here or getting attention from men are like the dimes, even though dimes represent a small percentage of women on the planet. Or you'll think, women are just as bad. You look at all these women who talking about they want that man with the bag. They want to level up like it's nothing but six-figure dudes out here. No. And all of those things are true. You always going to get some women, men, whatever. You always going to get men who just want dimes. And you're always going to get women who just want that six-figure dude that looks good too. Let's be real with it. Men at least will say, those guys will at least say, well, the women just need to be beautiful. Women want more. And y'all know I'm going on women, but I got to call everybody on this one. But the reality out here is most men ain't making money like that. Most men aren't 6'2". First of all, only 3% of men on the planet are 6'2". You got a less than 10% who are making six figures on the planet. Indeed, to truly be in the real 1%, you need about, I'd say roughly 300,000 a year. And that's small. I ain't talking about the 0.1%. Those are billionaires. Oh, those are even rare. You know what's funny? I've seen times when you get some women talking about, well, we can get billionaires. Yeah, okay. All right, sweetie. Seriously. And like I said, you get the men worried about it, and then you get some men and women. Well, the women they ain't dimes or anything. They gonna have trouble. You actually got some women out here trying to embrace. No, I ain't gonna call it this particular person thing I'm talking about, but I'll just say they not feeling like they're dimes, so it's over for them. And then you got a whole bunch of guys feeling like, if they ain't over 6 feet, it's over for them. Or some guys thinking, well, I just gotta get money, knowing they ain't nowhere near six figures. All right, we gotta deal with reality out here. Reality in the real world is most people are still getting into relationships. They are still getting married. Yeah, a lot of people focus on people not getting married or getting divorced, but the reality is people still getting married. People are still finding that right person. And you know what? That person ain't a fashion model or a male model or somebody making money. They finding the person they click with and they good with it. Because you always, anybody just go out, you're always going to see couples. And if you actually a friendly person, no couples, and they just average. But they good with it. And they're not selling for each other. They generally love each other. They generally working together. Now, is this the majority? No, it's not the majority. But see, here's the thing. I want people to think about one thing. Do you think about like for money? Most people would like to be millionaires, but that's not the majority. Let's be real on that. You're talking less than 5% of the world's population are making $1 million, but people still want to be it. But you got people who still want to be it, but some people not. And you know what? They good with what they got and they're happy. And then in relationships, you know what? Somebody can want, fashion model the world, male or female, but many people don't. You get plenty of men, they'll get that woman. She ain't a dime, she a 6. She a 6 and she could stand to lose 20 pounds or she could stand to get some curves on her. But you know what? They good with it. They're good with it. They're happy. You know, you got some women who are getting with guys who, you know what, they ain't 6 feet. And they don't have that perfect jawline. But the women get with them and they're happy. Because this is in the real world. And you even see like couples and you just like, how are they together? You know, it might be that big overweight dude, significantly overweight. He with that tiny woman. They happy. You might get that tall woman. She's 6'1", dude 5'4". They happy. And that's what that's what I focus on. It's the reality. Now, most couples are going to looks match, as people would say it in some communities. Most couples are going to be in that same range. But you know what? They happy. They happy. Now, is this everybody? No. But what are you going to focus on? You're going to focus on what the majority are doing. The majority of people in the world are poor, are struggling to make ends meet, or what the people who are living the lifestyle they want, got all the money they want and everything. So you got to focus on winning. And what are the people who are winning doing? Well, the main thing is they just realistic. They realistic. They stay within their lane. And if they don't like their lane, then they actually do real work to get out of their lane. But people ain't tripping up here. And they ain't tripping, you know, and they ain't worried about everybody else. They like who they're with. And indeed, when you get down to it, it's all individual choice, what you want. Don't worry about the next person. Don't worry about impressing somebody. Just being realistic out here. You know, because you got some guys especially saying, oh, it's over, and you know, I don't look like, you know, my genes won't pass. But then somebody looks similar and stuff, got 5 kids. Someone, seriously, you know, I saw this one dude, and I just say, he had an interesting shaped head. You could see there was a slight deformity. And I saw him in a barbershop one time, and he had 4 kids. They all had the same thing. So some woman felt enough about him to reproduce him. Now people can say what they want. They can call him what they want. But apparently that woman felt good. Because I'm going to tell you what. And this is for the men listening. I got some women who follow me too. But for the men listening, that's the ultimate reality. Like who the women to pop out a baby for. If a woman felt something about a man to pop out a baby for him, that says a lot. That's why when I'm out and about, I don't just pay attention to what couples together. I'm paying attention to what couples are pushing around a baby carriage or something. And that's the ultimate thing. That's the ultimate thing when people get together. So I'm saying, well, this woman isn't a dime, but she got 3 kids. This man isn't like Adonis. And I mean, we're not shopping in a place you would typically find a money dude. But he got about 3 kids walking with him. Most people in the real world are realistic. They stay in their lane. And then they good with it. Because that's ultimately, it's about who's happy with who. And the first happiness that people have to be with is within themselves. They got to be good with themselves. Forget the outside world. Forget the outside world. You know? I remember that time I did a video with that young lady, somebody actually said, well, I can get better, Rom. And I'm like, why this dude worried about where my dick going? I'm good. And that's how everybody gotta be. You gotta be good. And if you honestly not finding what you want, that's really on you. That is really on you. So you work on, don't cry about it. You do what you gotta do. You gotta work on yourself. That's male or female, you know? And yeah, like I said, I don't usually go on women, but even, you know, you got these women out here want the 6-figure dude. Okay, are you qualified for that 6-figure dude? Are you in a place, well, first of all, are you in a place where you even meet that 6-figure dude? That's how it gotta be. That's how it gotta be. So people just gotta be realistic. When you talk about relationships in the real world, they ain't that ideal that some people try to sell you or convince you. Like if you don't have something wrong, they're realistic. Everybody don't look like a supermodel. Everybody don't have like a minimum 6 figures. Everybody isn't that perfect height or perfect body build. But yet they'll find a mate and they good. All right. That's ultimate. Even myself, even though I promote body game, you know, that's the main physical thing. And then if people go deeper, I'm saying fix yourself up. Even then, somebody just have to like how you look, you know, and they good with it. And you got, well, the main person you got to be good with is yourself, you know, and just be realistic. Just fix yourself up. Fix yourself up, not just physically, but personality wise. Get your life together as much as possible and just go with it. Ultimately, and you gotta be realistic in this world. All right. So anyway, that's all I have for now. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.